Hi, I'm Melanie from Nova Scotia, Canada, and this is Adventures in Groceryland. This is week 2 of our $25 grocery budget challenge. I am looking to eat and slowly build a pantry on $25 a week. It's pretty tough, but it absolutely can be done. I started out eating pretty repetitively. So week 1 and week 2 had a lot of repetition. I'm hoping to branch out a little bit in week 3 with a little more variety, but we'll see how that goes. I had some really good meals this week. We have a lot of food left over, and you'll see that at the end of the video. I just want to say that this is real life. This is the food that I'm actually eating. So yes, when people give me something, I say thank you and I take it. If I have a coupon, I am absolutely going to use the coupon to get more food. If there was a store incentive from a loyalty program that I can take advantage of, I'm going to do that too. I want to show that in real life, there are a lot of options that are available to you to help increase the amount of food that you have to eat when you're on a really small budget. I'm also pretty creative with my cooking, and I alter recipes on the fly to fit the ingredients that I have, or also to accommodate ingredients that I don't have. And sometimes those are a success and sometimes they're not. But if you don't try, you're never going to know if it'll work for you or not. So this is what works for me. I'm not saying what will work for you personally. There's just lots to think about when you're really trying to eat well, moderately well, on a really shoestring budget. And I just want to help with any ideas that I might have that might be new to you. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I really hope that you do. I am moving towards 900 subscribers, and that is really exciting to me. And I just want to thank everybody so much for their support. Thanks a lot. Enjoy this week. See what we had. Sobeys has boneless pork loin chops and roast on sale for $2.49 a pound this week. I have here 2 fast fuel coupons, so totaling just under $4.60, and I am hoping to be able to get a very small pack for free or almost free. So that would be fantastic. I'm going to go in now and see what I can get. I can't even believe what I'm seeing in stock. Crazy. It's been missing from the shelves for weeks. Okay, this is the debate. On the left, 890 milliliters, it's plain, and it is $3.67. And on the right, there's all kinds of flavored, $2.77, but it's only 300 milliliters. But for $2.77, I could get another ingredient. I don't personally use that much mayo, so I know even the smaller jar will last me a long time. I'm just, do I go for the better value, obviously here, or do I go for a less better value and more items this week in my budget? Decisions. I do want pasta this week, but this exact pasta is on sale at Giant Tiger for 77 cents this week. You'll almost get 2 for the price of 1. Almost, not quite. I'm always looking to match up sales with coupons. And I have this coupon for $2 off nano tubes, yogurt tubes. The nano yogurt tubes are on for $2.99, so that means I would get a box for 99 cents, and there's 480 grams of yogurt. I'm really pleased with all of the groceries that I was able to get for my $25 in week 2. I was pretty creative with some of the decisions that I made. I got some clearance items, some markdown items. I used a manufacturer's coupon, and I redeemed fast fuel coupons as well. So I took you with me when I went shopping at Sobeys. I was wanting to use the fast fuel coupons that I had, hopefully to get a free package of these pork chops or close to free. This small pack, which actually has 4 in it, pretty decent sized, and they're boneless. So that's fantastic. Was $4.29 and the tuna was 99 cents. So I paid a total of 70 cents cash. I also shopped at Superstore. I got the yogurt tubes for 99 cents. They were $2.99. I had a $2 coupon, so that brought it down to 99 cents. The bananas were a clearance item, so marked down on the markdown produce shelf. They were 55 cents, and there is 3. I got a block of cheese. We had a special offer targeted to our Optimum card number for $3.99 for no-name blocks of cheese. I really wanted cheese this week. I do typically try to buy lactose-free, but this week it's just regular cheese because I was able to get it for $3.99. I shopped at Lawton's. That is a drugstore in Canada, and they had a special on in their flyer for the tortilla chips for $3 even, and there are 350 in the package. Blue corn, they are organic and gluten-free, so I'm pretty happy about that. I also shopped at Giant Tiger. I was super incredibly shocked to find mayo on the shelf. I have been actually kind of on the hunt for store brand mayo. Doesn't matter to me what store. It's just always cheaper than the name brand stuff. So I was really excited. I got it for $3.67 and it's a regular size jar, so 890 milliliters. And then these cauliflower florets were actually on a markdown in an end bin for $1.25. And it is, I think 500 grams in the pack. I shopped at Foodland. I got this little taco kit for 50% off. I paid $1.74. And inside of it, there are 6 taco shells. I am hoping to get at least 2 meals out of this. And perhaps if I have a side to go with it, maybe I'll get 3 meals, 2 shells each. But more realistically, I'll probably get 3 shells and have 2 meals. I also shopped at Bargain Harley's. That is a local bargain store. And I got this Cheetos mac and cheese. And it is the cheesy jalapeno for 88 cents. And I just want to say I've seen it on sale a couple places this week. And they're on sale for $2.50. So that was a pretty decent buy. And I also got this teriyaki sauce. I'm pretty fussy with my sauces. So I don't know if I'm going to like this or not. I hope I do. Otherwise, there's $1 of my budget wasted. But I tried to be creative last week, making a little bit of sauce. And something that I have tons of is rice and vegetables from my garden. So I thought that it just made sense to invest in some sauce so that I could have some stir fries coming up. I also shopped at Giant Tiger. On sale this week, they had the parquet margarine for $1.44. I normally buy butter, but it's certainly not in my budget in week 2 at the $25 limit. But margarine was, so $1.44, and hopefully within the next couple weeks, I'll be able to source butter. They had pasta on for 77 cents, so I got spaghetti and I got fusilli. They are 454 gram packs, and they had ground beef tubes on for $2.97. I also shopped at the Bulk Barn. I got oats, baking soda, oregano, and cinnamon. I kind of have an idea of some recipes that I wanted to make, and I wanted those spices on hand. The baking soda was 3 cents. The oregano was 17. The oats were 14, and the cinnamon was 10. And here is where I went awry. I wanted sugar. Brown sugar to be specific, and they've always carried these packs at Dollarama for $1. I went in, the packs were on the shelf, same as normal. There was no markings on them saying the price had increased. There were no tags on the shelf saying that the price has increased, but when I got to the cash, it rang in at $1.25. So I'm vexed at myself that I that I did that I kind of left this to the last thing. It would have actually made way more sense for me to buy maybe 200 grams instead of 400 grams at the bulk barn. And it's actually on sale there this week too, so that's certainly annoying. My grand total for all of these groceries was $25.40. So even if I wouldn't have spent that extra 25 cents on the brown sugar, I would have been 15 cents over. But I feel pretty happy with all of this stuff. This will work well with a lot of the ingredients that I have left over from last week. Very thrilling to get all of these items. First thing is to separate this ground beef. On a tight budget like this, there is no way that I'm using that entire pound of ground beef in one recipe. So I initially cut it into thirds, here, here, and here. And then I split the last third in half again, because if I want nachos or pizza, I certainly don't need a third of a pound of ground beef on it. So that'll be good. I'm gonna pop it all in the bag and put it right in the freezer. I don't have any small freezer bags right now, so I just used the saran wrap that was wrapping this bulk pack, and I wrapped each one of the pork chops individually and just put them in the same bag to save space. My intent was to put all of the yogurt in one container, but I misjudged the size and I still have one full tube left, so I guess I'll use that one first. This is actually turning out to be quite a bit of yogurt. I decided I was going to make a half a batch of zucchini, carrot, apple muffins for my breakfasts, but I didn't have any carrots, so I was just going to do zucchini, apple, and the other half said he would give me a carrot and one egg and half of the flour if I gave him half of the batch. So I'm making a full batch, and this is the interesting thing. My egg is this one. It's store-bought. You can see how light yellow it is because I got them on sale for $2.67 at Walmart. His egg is the one in the back, and it was one egg. It was a double yolk, and you can see how nice and rich and dark the yellow yolk is. His is a farm fresh egg, so free range. Interesting. This is going to be my breakfasts this week. These are what I call Morning Glory muffins. They're jam-packed with apples, carrots, and zucchini. They're really dense, they're really heavy, they're very filling. I used to make them a lot when the kids were in school. I found last week when I had the breakfast pre-prepared, that worked really well for me because I don't normally eat breakfast. So having something ready that I could grab on my way out the door worked fantastic. And I am going to do that every day this week as well. This is the leftover yogurt tube, a half a banana, spinach, a teeny little bit of milk, and some water. Lunch. That looks pretty good, actually. Supper tonight is a barbecued pork chop with potato salad, and the potatoes are from our garden. It's a mix of red and white, and a spinach salad. Leftovers for lunch, a little bit of that potato salad, I'm gonna say a third of the pork chop, and some little cherry tomatoes. Simple supper tonight: Cheetos, mac and cheese, cheesy jalapeno. I hope it's not too hot. It smells very jalapeno-y, so we'll see if it's gonna burn my mouth off. I am getting ready to make the chicken soup, and I'm starting with broth. This is the bag of skin, bones, I guess just scraps that I had left over from the chicken that I made last week. Plus I added in, I've been saving my veggie scraps. I added those in as well. So I'm gonna boil this or simmer it for a couple hours to get a broth. I'll add to that some of the broth pucks that I've already frozen, but we'll start with this. After I strained all of the scraps out, this is what I got for broth. And there are, I'm still draining my little scraps. This is quite a substantial amount. I'm going to throw a couple of the broth pucks in there as well, just to give it a little more intense flavor. And then I'm going to make some chicken soup. Here is the chicken soup. I added some spinach, some noodles, some fusilli noodles, and I dug through the bag of mixed carrots and peas, and I pulled out just some carrots only to put in with the soup. And this, I'm hoping, will give me at least 4 work lunches this week. The soup is cooked and cooled, and I have prepared 5 potential lunches for the rest of the week. I was really thinking that I only needed 4, but I have 5, so maybe I might share with someone else. I'm not sure. We'll see. So for anyone who has watched any of my series before, you might know that on Tuesday nights, I have a fondness for tacos. Tonight is Tuesday, and you got it, Taco Tuesday. This was my little clearance box, tacos for 2 for $1.74, and in it was 6 hard shells, and citing none of them are broken. And this package, I'm only making half tonight, so I'm just gonna kind of try to figure out approximately what half of that is. I cooked 1/3 of the ground beef that I bought. I added into it some onions from the garden and some jalapenos from the garden. And I'm also making rice. I'm gonna add the rice in with it when I cook it with the taco seasoning, just to make it a little bulkier, just to bulk it up a bit and make it a little more filling so it'll stretch a little further. It's really starting to look great. I'm glad I added the rice. I can have a little bit more of that taco flavor filling. I have a little bit of cheese, some tomatoes, and homemade salsa for the tacos. I hardly used any cheese at all. I'm being super stingy with it because I want it to last. It was my most expensive ingredient this week. At the last minute, I decided to cut up a couple little spinach leaves because I didn't have any lettuce. These look delicious. I'm really looking forward to this. Yay, Taco Tuesday. After my supper, I had this much rice left over and this much of the taco mix. Tonight, I'm gonna make pizza. So this is my dough. This is half of a batch of dough. So I needed 1 1/4 cup of flour for that. And I think I'm actually gonna cut that in half. I only have a very small pizza pan. I have some cheese, mushrooms, tomatoes, jalapenos, green peppers, and the homemade pizza sauce. I can't think of anything else that I have that I could put on this, but if I think of anything, oh, onions. If I think of anything, I'm definitely gonna add it. Anyways, oh yeah, I have leftover taco meat and chicken. There's that little bit of leftover taco meat from Taco Tuesday, and also a little piece of chicken. I'm definitely adding that in. I'm only using half of the pizza dough that I made, which was a half of a regular batch. I might be able to get, well, I can definitely get another small pizza out of this, but I was thinking maybe I might be able to get a calzone or something else exciting out of it. Panzerotti. And my pizza turned out fantastic. I'm excited. It smells really good. Really trying to get the use of every last little thing from the garden. I planted, I guess it was really late spring, I planted some kale, and it didn't do awesome, And these pieces are pretty ratty, but I think they'll still work just fine for a smoothie. And that saves a little bit of my spinach, which is still in really good shape for other things. The kale doesn't turn as green as what the spinach did. Kale's supposed to be a superfood, very high in antioxidants and all other kinds of stuff that's really good for you. So I have some left over. I didn't even use it all in my smoothie, so I'm going to strip that, put it in the fridge, and there's actually quite a few other, still some leaves outside. So I think I'm going to try to get that in here before we get a frost and it's done for. These ingredients are going to turn into some basic fried rice. I scrounged those, so that's exciting since I don't have any soy sauce. So this is just going to be a quick and easy meal. The beginning, still steaming from the pan, looks good. I am going to make pizza pockets or calzones. I'm not sure exactly what they're called. I've got my leftover dough rolled out here. I'm just going to fill them with stuff that I think would be good in a pizza pocket and bake them. And the ingredients are just ingredients that I had left over from the pizza, like the stuff already cut, the cheese that I had cut but I didn't grate, leftover piece of jalapeno, a couple leftover pieces of spinach, just leftovers, and a piece of chicken that I didn't use on the pizza. These turned out looking pretty good. I've never made them before after the fact. I should have maybe brushed this with butter or something to give it a golden brown, but I didn't know. Veggie nachos tonight for supper. I have mushrooms, green peppers, jalapenos, onions, and a little bit of cheese. I'm still being very stingy with the cheese because I need it to last. Nachos and salsa. I'm really starting to accumulate quite a lot of items. I'm still not comfortable with the amount of pantry supplies that I have. I'm really limited with the meals that I can make, with the ingredients that I have, but I'm getting more. Little by little, I'm getting more, and I'm looking forward to what I can get next week to add to this. So I have left all the spaghetti, lots of rice. In that package in the bottom is the 3 leftover taco shells and the half the taco pack mix. Brown sugar, fusilli. I still have 5 eggs left. The ramen noodles, the potatoes and the sweet potatoes. I have a can of tuna, margarine. I still have 1 frozen soup for a future meal. Frozen beans, 3 pork chops. Still quite a bit of chicken left. I used 1/3 of the ground beef, so I still have the remainder left. I have oatmeal, 2 bananas, quite a bit of cheese. And there's like a little piece. Yeah, there's still a little piece on the end. Yogurt. I still have the sauce, broth, spinach, and a few mushrooms in there. I have mayo now. That's great. I have flour left. That much of the package left. Nachos. I have this many of the pucks of broth left. I have veggies, so peas and carrot mix, and broccoli and cauliflower. And I didn't even open the cauliflower this week. For spices, I have celery and basil and what was the other one? Parsley. I have oregano, cinnamon. I have some yeast left. I have baking powder. And I have lots of actual fresh garden veggies. I'm not gonna bring those out every time. The garden is still producing. I know it's getting colder and the harvest is gonna end within the next couple of weeks. We've had a couple days or nights where the temperature has dropped down to almost 5 degrees. So once it it hits that frost level, we're gonna have to be super fast of getting things in. But as of now, we're still letting things grow on the vine. There's some of my kale. There's lots, not lots, but there's still probably 7 or 8 leaves about the same size as that outside. So I really should bring those in and process it. All in all, this is gonna give me a lot more options for week 3 once I combine it with the groceries that I'm getting for week 3. Things are looking up.